What's going on, guys? Big Turkey on Week here. This is my channel, and if you could help me out with a like and subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate it. Thanks, and here's the video. What's going on, guys? Bringing you a video here today. We're going to be looking at the Seattle servers on the West Coast at around the 7 to 8 p.m. range, and just seeing how the server performed. So what we're going to do is the same as most of our other videos. We're going to use our geo filter, and I'm actually going to do it without the hybrid VPN this time. Now, typically what we normally would do is hybrid VPN all the way over to the Seattle servers so that Call of Duty would recognize us in that location. I've found out that you really don't have to do that in the United States, but anytime I kind of go outside the United States, I do have to do that. So I've been running some testing on it. I want to give it a try and see how the results are, if the results kind of remain the same, or if it even affects having a VPN versus not having a VPN. So some of these now will start to have, okay, VPN lobbies, non-VPN lobbies, and see if that makes a difference. I personally haven't noticed a huge difference, except for the ability to connect to games quickly. One of the questions that have been asked a few times is about your auto ping, and you should turn your auto ping on. It'll just show you where you're connecting, whether it's a peer or a dedicated server, and how that ping is going. It really doesn't affect all your other games. There was actually a few other questions that I'll kind of bring them up here just so that I can answer them in a video, because it's sometimes hard to answer them all in the comments. So the next thing is flush cloud on your geo filter to update where you placed it. You do not have to flush the cloud. I've done it once or twice, but really, unless you're running into some like loading issues or recognition issues, I wouldn't really worry about flushing the cloud too much. I mean, you probably should do it every so often, but it's not something that's necessary before every single game. And then also, it was for Call of Duty, whether or not the filtering mode slider is not movable as if it were set up as console. Does this matter, or is it automatically on? If the filter mode is not slidable, that means that it is automatically on. Some devices are going to be slidable, some devices are not going to be slidable. Obviously, if your connection is through your computer, it's not going to be slidable because you can't turn parts of your computer on and parts of your computer is either VPN or it's not VPN. Whereas like console and stuff like that's a separate entity to your PC. So you can turn your console on or turn your console off. So as soon as you turn your computer itself on a solid VPN, it's good. The entire thing's going to be VPN. You can't really separate the two, the game or anything like that. But hopefully that answered a few questions. If you got any more questions, leave them in below, and I'll try to answer them either with a response or in the next video. And with that, let's get to the stats. So the first thing we're going to look at, and I have the stats all here. All right, the first one we're going to look at is the overall of the Seattle server. It was right in line with the Texas server, with a mean KD a little bit lower and a median KD a little bit higher. So the highest KDs were down in the Seattle servers. Like I said, I thought this was a decent server to play on. And the number of players above is the lowest we have seen yet, which is why another reason. Number of players above 2.5, lowest we've seen yet, and the number of players below 0.4, which obviously, like I said, we've talked about it before. A lot of times these players are dropping out of the game. So that's another one, more players in the lobby. So when you go to the actual breakdown, if we sat there and we only looked at the duos and trios, because quads, again, still is not a fun experience. You got 295% in the quads. You're kind of 50-50 with when you play them. But it's obviously elevating where this lobby is. So if you were sitting on a 38% average or a 53% average, it kind of explains why that lobby is more fun. You're just going to have a better experience as far as just getting kills and having a good time, being able to kind of bullshit with your friends a little bit. But here, you know, you see that the KD is pretty low here. 2.3 and 2.6 is the highest KDs in the entire lobby. And then you're still only sitting around 11 or 13 players above 1.5 and almost one or less above 2.5. Players below 0.4 in trios, man, that's a really low number. That's actually just, you're only going to have 3 to 4 players backing out, so you're going to really have a full lobby, 148 to 150 players playing at one time at lower than at an average of maybe a 1.038 KD. Really, definitely haven't seen a server that's been better than that. So I'm going to link this, as always, below. Continuously update this spreadsheet. But Seattle servers, definitely a check plus. Going to do another test on them one day here shortly. but I'm probably gonna be playing on them in the next couple days. If you want to stop by one of the live streams. But other than that, I appreciate you guys watching the video. Subscribe and follow for more content. Thanks, guys.